So, as a type A person, you have this drive na parang you want to do everything. Like, 5 years from now, you want to achieve this. Or maybe, generally, you have this set goals in life. But at the same time, there's that's the logical part of your brain. But at the same time, the other half of your brain knows that you have and you need and you want to live in the moment and be content and happy and just be alive. Hi lovies, welcome to Mabby's World Podcast, where life between flights turns into hobby fueled safe spaces. Now, if you've heard of the terms type A, type B, and you'll also learn that the type A is the rigid, the logical, the planner, the 200 steps ahead of everybody else. And then the type B is the one that wants to just chill, think about that next lifetime, and just be at the moment and just relax. And then maybe you're like me, cause honestly, okay, story time. My best friend in LA, he's a total type A. Like, he can't function without organization. And then his partner is a total type B. Like, he can just sit and just be cozy and not think of the world. That's them. And then that's where I first heard of the term type A, type B. And then I was like, I sort of relate to the type A because, I love to plan, I love to write in my journal, and I like the idea of organizing, but that's the keyword, idea, okay? But not to a degree that I will do everything according to plan, because I know that the tendency of that is when the plan fails, I freeze. So I just plan somewhat, and then I get a kick out of it. But at the same time, I also relate to the type B. Like, I just want to chill, I just want to sleep, I just want to curl in a book and read. And then I'm a little bit of both, and then I wondered, Maybe there's a type C. And then I learned that there is a thing for people like me. And if you're watching this and you relate, then hi, we are called type ABs. Yes, so original, no? A, if you're not A, then you're not B, then you must be AB. So, ayun. So when all of those personality tests we love putting ourselves in boxes, like we are this and this and this. So it feels like being the divergent of the types when you're type AB. So yeah, I realize that I am type AB, and if you are also type AB, then listen to this episode because you will relate. Okay, you will relate. Because I feel that we are in a beautiful paradox. We have the brain that wants to organize the entire world. It wants to organize. That's the keyword. It wants to organize. But we have a heart that just wants to sit down and curl up in a blanket and be a ball and be a cat and sleep. So, as a type A person, you have this drive na parang you want to do everything. Like, 5 years from now, you want to achieve this. Or maybe, generally, you have this set goals in life. But at the same time, that's the logical part of your brain. But at the same time, the other half of your brain knows that you have and you need and you want to live in the moment and be content and happy and just be alive. And I think it manifests in how we do things and how we talk to people and how we move. And like, think about it this way. Have you ever experienced like I told you a while ago, I love the idea of organization. Like, if you've ever played this game, A Little to the Left, I love that game so much because it tickles my organization bone in my brain. I know there's no bones in the brain, leave me alone. But at the same time, I'm not actually doing the tedious task of organizing. Like, I love the idea of it. I will research, and then when I write in my planner, I have these highlighters and everything. Like, I will color code, I will write it down. Then when I'm done, that's it. Like, the high is gone. And then at the same time, I like it when things are spontaneous. I like it when I like surprises. I like adventure, and I like exploring new things. But at the same time, I cannot move on impulse. Like, let's say I want to go to the beach. Yes, of course I want to go to the beach. I just want to relax, lay down in the sand, and do this and do that. I have free time tomorrow. My brain cannot connect the dots that I can actually do it tomorrow, because it's already late at night tonight, and that's a short time between tonight and tomorrow. So I have to give myself some time to plan out the trip. But at the same time, all I know that when I get there, I'm just gonna lay down on the sand, if you know what I mean. And if it relates to a lot of parts of my life, for example, if you experience task paralysis, like you know that you need to do your to-do list for the day. All right, you need to do this and this and this and this, but for some reason you still don't do it. Like, you feel guilty. Like, I personally, I always feel guilty at the end of the day because I'm so unproductive. Like, I've spent the day convincing myself that the task is important to do, but at the same time, half of my brain is also telling myself that it's something important, but not important enough to do right now, if you know what I mean. So, like, that's my problem as a type AB person. Like, you want structure, but not too much structure. You want adventure, but not too much adventure. It's like you're always in a consistent tug-of-war with your brain, and you don't know which side should win, and if there's a side that should win. And then I mentioned, right, there's this tug-of-war between being a type A and a type B, wherein you're trying to relax. That's your type B. But your type A is guilt-tripping you because you feel that you don't deserve that relaxation because you haven't done your task yet. And then there are times wherein you're doing your task. That's your type A. But your type B is telling you that you shouldn't succumb to all of the tasks that you're doing, and you should relax and take a break because rest is important. So it's always that tug of war, so it's like you want to be successful, but you also want to take a 3-hour nap. That's my life constantly. And then when you think about it, like, if you notice, a lot of times on the internet, they're talking about ADHD and the autism spectrum. And when I read about what the type AB is and how it relates to me, and I'm like, I felt so seen 100%. I had to search the correlation between type ABs and ADHD. Like, does that mean I have ADHD? Like, and then apparently, yes. I'm not diagnosing myself, but there are some parts of being a type B that is ADHD parallel. Like, for example, like, the type A part is where, like me, I love planner so much. I love planning. I love writing down my to-do list. I love organizing everything and being hopeful that I'm gonna complete all of these tasks that I've written down. But reality bites is after 2 days, I won't look at that planner ever again. I won't look at that list ever again. And the rest of the pages will just be journal entries for me to fill up. That's the type B talking. Like I will just fill it up with what happened with my day, because the task did not happen, or if it did happen, it happened in steps, it happened sporadically, it happened in a different way than what was written in my planner. It's either I will be all in on the task, like do this, blah 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 blah, pack. But when I suddenly ran out of battery, I'm done. It's like all or nothing, and apparently that's very common among ADHDers. Am I using the term correctly? Please don't cancel me. Please. I'm still just trying to figure this out. Anyway, so it's like a similar cycle. Like you feel overwhelmed by the chaos when everything is happening all at the same time, happening unexpectedly. So you feel overwhelmed, but at the same time, you also feel trapped by the schedule, the routine, by the steps, and you don't know what to do anymore. And at the end of the day, you feel burnout, and then you feel guilt, and rinse and repeat. And if that's you, I just want to let you know that you're absolutely 100% not alone. And I hope that in this episode you somewhat feel seen. You somewhat feel that you're not crazy. You like how I said that? You're not crazy. You're not crazy. You're just trying to make the most of what's happening from day to day, right? Like, that's what we're all trying to do. There's no book on how to be a perfect person, because if there was such a book, then it will be the bestseller. But yeah, and so I hope you see, and it is something that you have to learn, because I am also learning this, that being a type AB, being in this consistent tug of war, it's not a flaw. It doesn't make you weird. Well, if you are not offended by the term, because I personally, I love it when people call me weird, because yes, that means I am different. I am not part of the norm. I am not part of the masses that will do this and do that, because I always have this strive to be unique. But yeah, what I mean is, when I say that if you're type AB like me, that you're not weird, I mean it doesn't make you any less of an amazing person. You are still an amazing person, and maybe we will learn in this journey together that it's actually a superpower, you know? Like, we can do the best of both worlds. We just have to figure out how to control that power. And at the we keep on mentioning the tug of war, if which side should you actually let win. But what if you don't have to pick a side? What if you don't need to choose between being ambitious and organized, or just being relaxed and at home and content? You can be an ambitious homebody. I mean, that exists. And so I hope this episode lets you again feel seen, gives you permission that when you're split down the middle, it's okay to be in the middle. You see both sides, you see all angles. It's just a matter of us figuring out what to do with all of the information and how can we make the most of it. You don't have to fit into a box to build a life that feels authentic, structured, and of course, cozy, because that's what we're all about. And yeah, you know what? Learning that I am a type AB was relieving for me, because like I see again, I relate to type A, but I know that I'm not a total type A. I relate to a type B. I know I'm not totally a type B. I relate to some of the ADHD symptoms, quirks, habits that I see on the internet, but not all of them. So I guess it's like a relationship, right? Like putting a label on it makes things so much easier. It's easier to navigate, it's easier to understand. And I guess it's weird to have a cozy rating for this discovery, but I guess I'll give it a 5 out of 5 in terms of coziness, because every step that you take that helps you be more in tune, more content, and more involved with yourself is a sure win all the time. And with that, I hope that you enjoyed this episode, and please don't forget, of course, to like, follow, and subscribe. Let me know what you think. And if you really like what you're hearing or what you're seeing, please support us. We have Ko-Fi. Everything is linked down below in the description box. And I will see you in the absolutely next episode. Stay healthy, stay cozy, and stay hydrated, alright? Okay, please drink lots of water. Alright, love you all. Mabi out.